We're here in the first with Shane Lowry. How are you doing? This is your back nine. You've
This is
been
my
out
back.
here.
I started on 10, yeah, so we're doing okay.
It's slow. We've been waiting for you for a
Slow.
while.
It's slow, yeah. I've been out here 3 hours and played 9 holes, so yeah.
Is this because you're being mobbed, kind of a thing, or is it?
Well, no, the group in front of us on the green, so they're not too far ahead. So.
Do you enjoy these days?
Yeah, listen, they're fine. It's a practice round as well, and the weather's beautiful and we're in a nice place. It could be worse. It could be a lot worse.
That's true. It's a first world problem.
It is a first world problem.
Okay, so give us a sense. I know when I stand on the tee, I'm just trying to make contact with the ball. I'm not thinking strategy. I'm not thinking swing thoughts or all that kind of stuff. Can you bring us as close into your mind in terms of what you're thinking, even with the club and with the shot?
This hole is pretty straightforward par fours, bunkers left and right. So I'm hitting 3 wood because I want to carry. There's a bunker at 250 I want to carry on the left. The bunkers on the right are in play, but I just have to make sure I keep it left of them. Just in the left rough wouldn't be too bad down here either, so I'm just trying to hit it down the kind of left half of the fairway.
How far do you hit your 3 wood carry?
I carry about 270, 275, so I should be able to get it with the firm conditions about 300 down there.
Are most holes for you pretty easy from a strategic point of view? Is it fairly obvious to you when you stand on a tee box what you do?
This course actually is a little bit different this week. It's a bit difficult because of how firm it is. So I'd like to have played it a few more times than a round and a half. But most courses are just there in front of you, and most guys do the same thing. It's just who does it better.
Last question then before you hit your shot. What do you think of when you stand over the ball and put your club down for the first time? Do not say nothing.
Come on, Joe.
Is this a bad question to ask someone?
I'm going to be thinking about it now. I'm just thinking about my target. Like, see, there's a guy in black there, and that's my target there, and I'm just going to try and put a good swing on it down there.
Okay, so if we're shouting 4 at him, that's good.
Well, that's about 400 yards away. So if we're shouting 4, I'd be happy.
Okay,
I go ahead then. What's it reach that bunker again? Miles. Okay. 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 Bunker.
Did I put you off?
Yes.
Where did that end up?
I fit that in the bunker, down the right.
You went right, and so you said those bunkers were in play. They're the ones just
trying to avoid, yeah, and I hit it in them.
Is that because I made you talk about them? Bunker?
No, it's just a bad shot.
So how's your form? How's your mood? Because I read the transcript of your press conference yesterday.
It was a bit miserable, wasn't it?
It did strike me that
I left it afterwards, and I had to do an interview afterwards with Greg Allen, and I said to Greg, you know what, that was a bit miserable, and I feel a bit miserable after leaving there. So, I thought some of the questions were a bit. I could have asked them myself. To be honest, I could have nearly said myself what I was going to be asked when I went in. If that's kind of.
So, what's the common thread of the question if people didn't see your transcript?
Yes, people are wondering why things are not going well. Do you need to change something? How are you getting on in America? All this type of stuff is just the same thing. Like, it's
what's wrong was the general.
Basically what's wrong. And I said to him, listen, if I knew what was wrong, I wouldn't be here sitting talking like this. So and if I knew how to fix it, I wouldn't. I'm not. Yeah, they're talking about my drop down the world rankings and talking about all that, but I'm not alarmed.
Does that bother you? And for casual golf fans, we should say a good week or two, a win particularly, the golf rankings can be volatile. You can shoot back up.
But the golf is volatile. Like I said to Nathan this morning, I said, if I'm sitting in this studio next Monday with the Irish Open, all of a sudden people just forget about the last 2 years. They just forget, and like that, they forget about the good golf that was a couple of years ago. So, but listen, I'm out here doing my own thing, and I'm out here trying to do as best I can, and that's all I can do. I know that.
So it's not like you're sitting around kind of panicking and thinking, what do I change? Things are going wrong here. No. I need to turn this around. You're not feeling like that.
I haven't been missing cuts. I haven't been shooting 80. I haven't been shooting really bad scores. I've been having probably 3 out of 4 good rounds every week. Yeah. Which on. At the top of world golf is not that bad. It's just not good enough. It's average, and it's just not good enough to do what I want to do. So, 90th in the world at the minute. is it disastrous? Not really. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I remember being the happiest man alive when I broke into the top 100 a couple of years ago. So, listen, it's just, golf is just,
it's an incredibly difficult game mentally. Like it's so, and the margins are so fine. I put into Colin Byrne today, the caddy for Rafa Bello at the moment, and I said, who's going to win? And he said, well, as with every tournament, it's just a putting competition.
Yeah.
It's just the margin. Like they're all so good, they can all play. That's kind
it's
of
whoever, you know, holds the 10-footer for par that they really need to, whoever holds the, you know, the bomb from 50 feet that you normally wouldn't hold, and you need those things to go for you in a week to win. And it's just kind of, I mean, like, I love what I do. I love the game of golf, and
because I was wondering if you had fallen out, not fallen out of love with it, but were becoming frustrated with it.
Yeah, listen, sure. God, I'd love to be winning every week. I'd love to be doing well every week.
But not to the point where you're heading to a tournament thinking, oh, this grind again.
No, I'm not at that stage yet, but I've got next week off, and then I'm playing the next 5 in a row, so I might feel like that after that.
And so here's an interesting question then. What you've won at WGC, you've won big tournaments. If you were to boil it down, what's the big difference between when you're winning those events and now? I mean, you mentioned your short game a little bit, but is that does it just come down to that?
I don't know. I literally don't know.
It's
like
in interviews where you get asked dumb questions like this.
That's the one. But I actually don't know. Like I'm like, I mean, I went out at the French Open last week and I shot 60. I shot 70. And on Saturday I shot 67, on Sunday I shot 70 on one of the hardest golf courses in the world. So is my golf game good enough? Yes. Do you know what I mean? It's just Friday I shot 75, and you just can't afford to do that in this level of golf.
Did you feel any different when you woke up?
Yeah, on Friday I felt like I tried to force it a little bit.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was trying to get to the top of the leaderboard. I was trying to get there, trying to get in contention, and me and Neil spoke about that on Monday. You know, and then so hopefully when I shoot a good score Thursday, this Friday I'll be more like a bit like just trying to play my way into the tournament and just keep going and like learn from what I did last Friday. Yeah. You know, that's kind of the way you have to do it.
Yeah. It did strike me yesterday. It must be a tough thing. You're trying so hard and you come in. And
like I've been guilty over the years of trying too hard and it gets in the way of your golf. But I mean, you're out here playing against, you know, the best players in the world in the biggest tournaments in the world. It's hard not to try too hard.
Well, you sort of
do you know what I mean?
Don't you?
You have to try hard, but you just really, and like this week is a great example. Like I would give anything to be in contention on Sunday here.
Yeah.
But it's up to me to not try too hard and not try and force it. And when I make a bogey, not get too upset. And when I, you know, to just wait for it all to happen. And listen, it's easier said than done.
Well, you're competitive.
So like I'm one of the most competitive people in the world. Like, and ask anyone that knows me. Like I'm so competitive when it comes to anything. Like I'm such a bad loser. So
was it a roll kind of down? Your putter had a bit of a.
Yes, yeah. I made the cut. That was the best cut I've ever made.
How do you like this course, by the way? I mean, what an amazing thing to be at an Irish Open and we've got peroxide.
I know, yeah.
I was thinking Muirfield 2013 was the last.
Yeah, it's not as firm as that, but I think they've been putting a lot of water on the place to try and keep it from burning badly. So yeah, it's great.
So
I'm going to chip out the bunker now.
Are you going to chip out?
What do you want me to? Hit an 8-iron over that lip?
I want you to hit an 8-iron over, drop it to within 2 feet.
I'm going to chip it out about 50 yards.
Okay.
I think.
So interesting.
This is what you have to do in links golf. You can't go for those. Like, well, you're not going to. You can't. You're not able to.
As a rank bad amateur, I would have taken my pitching wedge and tried to rifle it as far as I could. And you just had the patience to chip out.
Yeah, but you have to. I mean, that's what's so painful about links golf, and that's why you have to avoid them. Yeah. Like I'm better off over in that rough over there than in there.
How is the rough?
It's patchy. Like you can see, you know.
You can get lucky.
Like it's fine there. If you're in there, you're fine. Yeah. So it's it's not bad.
Interesting. Like it's always really interesting at a pro. I'm watching you guys play with amateurs.
These guys are actually going well.
Are they? What are the biggest mistakes? What are we doing wrong? In the main, a lot.
There's a lot. Like a lot of guys try to hit the ball too hard for a start. especially around here, you know, and end up hitting it like 50 yards offline, losing their ball.
Yeah.
Even this type of shot here, what they've got, like I would always be trying to get them just to get it to the front of the green, but they're always trying to get it to the flag and end up hitting it over the green, and just course management in general.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of them, when you have a shot, I think you need to try and use that wisely.
Yeah.
And that's what amateurs don't do.
Will this course be very different tomorrow?
Well, it's going to be colder, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if it's going to be windier, but I know it's going to be colder tomorrow. So.
But they're not going to USGA style trick this thing up.
I hope not. Yeah. No.
Was that crazy?
Well, I
know you went there for the week.
I wasn't there on Saturday. I would have loved to be there just to see what it was like, but yeah, I'm not afraid to say that I think they messed it up again, and they have a habit of that doing that over the years. You know, Colin Byrne, you spoke about him there a while ago.
He wrote a great piece about it.
Yeah, and funny, I spoke to him last week. I'm still reading. I have to read that piece because I'd like to read it because Paul Kimmage is there, and I was thinking to myself on Saturday, I was sitting in my house and I was so angry after missing the cut, and I was so angry the way the course was set up, and I was saying I'd love to do an article with Kimmage now to just let my anger.
Well, you do well to be as strong as Colin Byrne. He was livid.
Yeah,
he was saying.
Well, he said it was the exact same as 04.
Yeah. That they hadn't learned anything.
Yeah.
He was basically saying like it's an embarrassment for the sport.
But like the thing is,
it's such a prestigious tournament.
The thing is, and it's such a prestigious tournament. And listen, it's a very prestigious tournament to win. But the USGA make a lot of money out of that.
Sure.
And they end up making fools out of us.
Yeah.
You know, and to me, that's not right.
That said, you do very US Opens. I always think you're going to do well.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I did an woeful start. Right. Like I 4-putted from 6 feet, and after that, I thought.
Okay, here's a question you're gonna love.
What happened there?
So what does happen?
I had a 6-footer for par. It was like a little right to left. I hit it a bit too hard, and it just got away from me. Went 4 feet past.
It just happens.
Missed the next one. Went 3 feet past, and then missed the next one. It was like.
What's it like being in your head with something like that? Like embarrassed?
I was embarrassed, yeah.
Is it really?
But I did well. I was very proud of myself. I came back and I ended up shooting 5 over on a very tough, difficult day. So, yeah. Will I go and hit this?
Sorry, that's you. Sorry.
That's me.
Yeah. Please. Okay. So.
Under golf is so slow.
I forget that you're playing golf. Sorry, that's our fault. You might give us your thoughts here. You're mic'd up, so you can just tell us.
Okay. What have we got there?
114 and 2 up, 116 to the flag, just straight out of the left.
So I have 114 yards, and it's and it's 2 yards uphill, so 116 yards to pin, and the wind is straight out of the left, so it's just a 52 degree.
Do you guys judge it's 2 yards uphill just by your eyes?
No, we've got it in our book. Will I hit it?
Yeah, please.
Just straight out left, yeah.
Oh, what a shot.
Oh, it's pretty good. It's nice again that way, don't it? Yeah.
So I presume that's exactly what you're trying to do.
Yes, I was aiming just left for trying to hit like a little smooth one.
And you have the patience. Chip out of the bunker, take your medicine. You got a par putt.
Yeah, and hopefully I'll hold it, and you'll be very happy going to the next.
What's your favourite part of your game at the moment? That's a positive question, by the way. See that?
Yeah, my iron play is pretty good at the minute, and you know. Yeah, my iron play is very good, and I put it nicely last week. I was happy with that. Happy how I put it last week, and I mean the greens are beautiful here. You were out earlier; they were nice.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, so.
What's your average day of practicing? Because I saw you say yesterday you're working harder than ever, as hard as you've ever worked.
I wouldn't say. Yeah, I said that. I meant like I'm playing way more golf than I've ever done. Like as in more tournaments when I'm off. I play more. God, I can't remember the last time where I had like 5 days of doing nothing. Like,
is it possible to improve playing golf, or do you actually need to do it on the driving range with Neil there, your coach? Like,
I think it's a bit of both, to be honest. The thing is, I actually haven't had an awful lot of time off in the last sort of all year. So I haven't had much time where I could go to the range with Neil down in Carton. I've been down in Carton House in a while, so I mean that kind of.
So if you were in a tournament of a Sunday and you were out of it, would you actually use a tournament golf to work on stuff and try?
No, it's just still be trying to shoot the best score I can. Like last Sunday, I felt like I had a bit of too much right to left on my shots on Saturday. So I went to the range after a round and figured it out. And I played a bit like that on Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very hard course to be trying something a little different, you know. But it was just something as simple as I would just nudge it forward in my stance a little bit because I was getting it too far back. And I was hanging back and flipping it, and I was going left.
Is it often set up?
Yeah, for me all the time.
Yeah, everyone seems like it's not. You don't do something different with your hands.
No.
It's just set up.
Yeah, you might do something with your grip or something, but it's more often than not set up.
What about the US living out there experiment? Is that something you're going to give another year to? Or?
Well, I have to make sure I keep my card first.
Wow.
I've got 5 tournaments left, so that's the plan. I mean, we really want to be there next year, so
Really,
yeah, that's the plan. We love that.
Right.
Yeah.
And back and forth 2 tours, that kind of stuff.
It's hard.
I'd say the travel's
Yeah,
tough.
it's hard. Not so much to travel, just not playing enough on one tour and not playing enough on either tour. It's kind of.
As in, so you're not in the order of merit on each.
Yeah, I'm in no man's land in both, you know.
Okay.
So it's kind of. It's something that I'm going to have to sit down and have a chat to the people that are closest to me in the near future. Like, I'm going to play as hard and as good as I can for the next 6 weeks, and then after that I'm going to kind of, hopefully a couple of FedEx Cup events, and then I'll reassess kind of where I'm going and what the future kind of holds for me.
Every time I see you on Instagram, you're watching GAA.
Yeah, I love it.
Non-stop.
Actually, I had Ryan McHugh and Mark McHugh walking around for 9 holes.
Did you?
Yeah, so and then I was with Kieran Donaghy and Michael Murphy. I love meeting people like that this morning, so yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
And is GAA your main thing?
Well,
you're
I've got.
watching? You're
Yes.
kind of into everything a little bit with GAA.
Everything. I'm watching the World Cup, obviously.
Oh yeah. Did you watch last night?
I did.
Are you up for England or not? I'm with them.
I'm with them to a certain point
Okay.
where I'd like to see them get to the semi-final. Not sure I'd risk them getting to the final. I just don't know if I could listen to them if they win.
The hype machine would be tough. I like them as players.
I actually would. I feel I would like the players to do well,
Yes.
but then everything that comes with it, I'm not sure.
Media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just felt I would have felt so bad for Jordan Henderson if he lost last night. Like imagine what the papers would have done to him this morning.
Yeah, not
And his family, and do you remember Bex? Do you remember Gareth Southgate? All that, like it's like, God,
It is miserable.
they're their own worst enemies.
I know they put the pressure on the
Yeah.
players. Ironically, do we put too much pressure on you guys at Irish Open?
No,
You don't
except for
like the
being out
players?
here getting in my way. But
So,
no,
we're basically done here. So look, I would look at
Par
that.
putt.
Is that kind of a slippery downhill type putt? Is that what that is?
yeah, it looks like it's going to be a little left, right, then maybe right to left of the hole. So
Are you
straight
good at
enough.
reading greens?
I think so. Yeah.
Because I found today playing with Kiradesh.
Do you read greens for you?
Yeah, a few times. But I mean, not only did he I wasn't just under-reading or over-reading. He's like, no, that's gone the other way.
Oh yeah.
It's a skill no
Yeah.
one talks about. You can always read greens.
Yeah. Just so used to it. Don't know. I've been going so long.
You just
So
see it.
yeah.
Okay, you don't
Yeah.
use your feet or any of that kind of.
Like I'm actually nearly better when I don't look at it too much. First instinct is nearly always your best
Okay.
for me.
And what does your instinct say there?
My instinct is telling me that like it's probably inside left.
What are you? This is a pretty unfair question. No.
What
I'm
am I
just
thinking
talking
about?
Yeah.
The only thing I'm thinking about is trying to stay still, trying to hit the ball and stay still.
So your legs, your head.
Just wait for the ball to leave the putter and then you can look up. Because I'm a bit of a disaster for moving on my putts and getting a bit anxious and like having a look where
You
it's
want to
going.
have a look.
Yeah, so that's
Okay.
kind of where I'm.
Okay.
Let's try and do it.
Yeah, please.
Had a little peek. No. There you go.
Not easy.
No.
Get out of position on this course.
I just
You're
push
gonna
that
fight
bit.
back,
Yeah, that's it. You get out of position, you're probably going to struggle to make par.